Oh, hello. What is up, you dirty bitches? So, I wanted to share with you what I've been up to, what I've been doing, and how I've been doing it. Um, I started doing wound care for the homeless. Basically, I was kind of down in the mix with them, and I realized that there was a lot of people that had, wounds that weren't able to get treated because they couldn't leave their spot or they'd risk ruining, losing everything they own because that's the way it is out there in the wild. A lot of cannibalism as far as, people's property and stuff. If somebody dies or goes to jail or goes to hospital or anything, they just kind of absorb their shit. So it's, you know, it's hard to do anything without running the risk of losing all your crap. So I started going out and doing wound care, on site for them, and I found that there's quite a lot of people that needed that. So I started out doing wound care, and it kind of branched off into other things. I would talk to people and, ask them what, what kind of things they needed, and if I was able to, I would get it for them and bring it out to them. So I got together with my church, and they started helping me and putting together these hygiene packs. And we have a thing where people bring in clothes. Um, we have a lady that comes in and brings a bunch of stuff from different clothes closets. And so I'm able to go through and grab, whatever might be good for the outreach and whatever I think people might need as far as clothes and things like that. And I kind of put it in the back office where I've got a little area set up where I can take collections of, um, you know, anything that might be of use to the outreach. So I started a ministry of my very own, I guess, Heart of Christ Ministry, and it is homeless outreach. I can, help them with resources. I can help them find housing. I can help them get on, on the lists. I can help them get into treatment. I can, you know, direct them in the right way and help them, take the steps they need to maybe either get off the streets or um, find a better way or whatever. Um, one of the ladies in the church asked me the other day, or I guess last week, she goes, "Hey, are you still looking for a place to live?" And I was like, no, I didn't know that I was looking for a place to live. I'm pretty content. I'm pretty happy with what I've got. Honestly, for me personally, I don't trust housing anymore after I lost everything I owned during the pandemic. So I don't trust housing. I don't think that I would. I don't think I would go back into that personally myself. I have a home and it's very comfortable. I like it just fine. And I think at the end of the day, I'm ahead of everybody else because, you know, um, if I can't fit it into my van, I don't need it, you know. Um, if it's not going to help me survive, I don't want it. At the end of the day, you know, when I leave this life behind, I don't want to own anything. I literally don't want people going through my stuff when I die, so I'm getting rid of everything. So nobody has to go through my crap and clean up my mess or, none of that. It just seems like the way to go. You know, I don't have any sentimental things anymore. Uh, so basically, if it's not going to help me survive, I don't need it and I don't want it. I've had misplaced loyalties and I've had things that, I couldn't let go of for sentimental reasons or whatever. And I found that that was a big waste of time. And, so I don't have misplaced loyalties anymore. I, uh, I understand, the world much better now than I ever did before, that's for sure. But I don't have, I don't have regrets except for wasted time um, on people that didn't care about me at all. And in fact, were trying to hurt me and or get me to hurt myself or whatever. Sorry about your luck. Anyway, I am not going to be distracted by things or people that aren't uh, positive or beneficial, on my path. I don't need it. I don't have time for it. I've wasted too much of my time on people and things that don't matter and don't reciprocate at the end of the day. Um, you know, some of the closest people in my life have ultimately betrayed me, and yeah, I don't have time for it. I'm not bitter at all. If anything, I'm thankful for that because I needed that. I needed that to get me to here. And, you know, that just means I have bigger fish to fry. I have bigger battles. And, you made me stronger. So for that, I thank you for sharpening my skills, for honing my craft. Now I'm much wiser, much less likely to slip up in the areas of, uh, you know, misplaced loyalties. Boy, was that dumb. I'm not gonna hitch my star to anybody's wagon anytime soon. That's faux show. I'm gonna be my own hero. I'm gonna be my own savior, and I don't need anything from this world. Actually, I really don't want much. I've got everything I need, and it's all inside of me, so nobody can take it. Nobody can take my most precious things because they're inside, and my treasures are in heaven. When I'm done here, I leave it all behind. So none of this stuff is really mine anyway. It's like we don't own anything. We're just holding on to it. You know, we're just holding on to it for a little while. I have been literally screwed over by so many people in my life. My friends that want to help me. Um, I'm not bitter. I'm really not. I'm thankful because, again, the things that were taken from me were mostly my own creation, so I can create more. And, those people have to steal it to get it, so I can create more. And, you know, uh, I've even had people, like, I wrap some crystals, I wrap some quartz crystals with copper wire. And one of my so called friends, we're not friends anymore, by the way, tried drilling holes into my stones, a lot of them, all the ones that were wrapped. It just blows my mind. What were you thinking, dummy? So, aside from, stupidity, just straight up stupidity, and doing something like that, what, you thought you were helping me? No, it didn't help me at all. And then blatantly, sit there and act like, you know, yeah. Well, anyway, again, I don't have any time for the negativity. I don't have any animosity towards it. I'm just dumbfounded on a regular basis how ignorant and, you know, sometimes I wonder, wonder why. Indeed, why. So, anyway, that's really all I wanted to say. If you have items that are, useful to someone who might be living outdoors, um, you can send it to the Heart of Christ Ministry at Portland Metro uh, Assembly of God. It's at 5004 Northeast 6th Avenue, Portland, Oregon 97211. And just put Care of Heart of Christ Ministries, and we should get that. Um, Anything that, like sleeping bags, tents, blankets, hygiene stuff, bus passes, batteries, gas money. I do everything all on my own. I don't have sponsors or anybody helping out. I've got a couple people that have um, donated and um, wanted to pitch in for um, some of the outreach that I do in the parks. And since they ran them all off, now I have to go find them all again because they keep pushing them around. They're not helping them. They're just taking all their stuff and shoving them, into like herds. I don't even know what, but it's not a solution, Portland. It's not a solution to take what little these people have, um, and adding more trauma to an already damaged society. You're making villains out of good people. Not all of them, but some of them are good people and they have amazing stories. And before you judge somebody, you really should know their story, walk in their shoes, because you might be next. So don't think that, they're all out there because, they made some horrible choice, because some of them literally were put out there. I believe that with my whole heart. I think that there's some really shitty things going on behind the scenes, and the powers that be that shouldn't have power that they do are able to abuse that power, and they're literally picking and choosing, and because what you hurt their feelings, they can ruin your life. That's what's going on. That's my humble opinion, and I really don't care if you agree. I don't, because I'm not trying to convince anybody of nothing. I do not care if you don't believe me or don't agree. I don't care. um, Save your comments. I don't think that my job isn't to convince anybody of anything, um, just to share my experience. And my experience is that there are people, powerful people, that are manipulating the system for their own benefit and for their own entertainment, for that matter. There are people in this world disguised as good people that are bad, and there are people disguised as bad people that are good, and all in between. Some of the most righteous, who I thought were righteous people in the world, are some of the most shady, janky, bad people. There's good bad guys and bad guys, and some of the good bad guys turned out to be bad guys. So whatever, don't be one of those guys. Anyway, that's all I know. That's all I got. Peace out, bitches.